Okay, we are recording. So, our host today is Miss Jamie. I'm super pumped that she is going to do this because I feel like y'all get tired of hearing from me all the time. So, my goal is going to be to have more and more of y'all, and then maybe also I'm going to start reaching out to some other coaches from other teams who I've met just through like New Leader Conference and different groups and things, to reach out to them and see if they might want to come and speak on our calls sometimes, just to give us some new perspectives and some variety and keep things fun. But a couple things that I wanted to go over before Jamie hops in to her content is Team Cup. We're in our last week of Team Cup, and I'm so excited. We literally have 7 days until the end of the month. We have today, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or 6. We have 6 days. And do y'all even know how much can happen in 6 days? Like, 6 days is like forever in our world. Like, you can do anything in 6 days. I don't care if you're at Success Club 0, nobody signed up under you. If you decided in the next 6 days that you wanted to hit Success Club 10 and go diamond, like, you could do it if you just buckle down and do the work. So I just want to throw that out there. Just a little reminder for everyone who's on a team, especially if you're on a team, because your teammates are counting on you. There's prizes at stake. There's like swag and stuff that we're trying to win. And if everything that you do contributes to your team, and it's a team effort, and we have to be all in it together. So you get points for Team Cup from your Success Club points, obviously, your rank advancement points, and if you register for Summit. So if you're not registered for Summit, be sure to do that before the end of the week. That way you can get some Team Cup points for it. And I think also it's still discounted at some, I'm not exactly sure how much tickets are right now, but I think it's like still at a little bit of a discount for now. What else? I posted our March calendar just because I wanted to be proactive and put that out there and start, that way we can all start planning and thinking about the things that we need to start talking about. The biggest thing that's coming up is the Ultimate Portion Fix, which I am freaking pumped for. It's going to be amazing. It releases on, I don't even know, I don't have my calendar, the first Monday in March, whatever day that is, for coaches only. The 4th. Yes, that's right. March 4th, coaches only. We get access. The point of it being released for coaches only first is for us to go through the program and learn from all of the videos and the content and working with Autumn before we start taking other people through it. So that's why they have laid it out that way. And there's also going to be, so it releases on the 4th. That following Monday is when the coach test group begins, and also when the master class begins as well. And I'm pretty sure those are 2 separate things. But the test group and the master class are only going to happen one time. Like, she's doing it one time, and that is it. And so if you want to get in, learn from her, be able to like interact with Autumn one-on-one to ask her questions and do things, like, you got to get in it the first time around. And then what is cool with the master series that she's doing is you're going to have the opportunity to get certified as a coach in the Ultimate Portion Fix program. And then if you decide that you want to join the master series part, it's going to be a monthly thing that every single month there's going to be new content for you. So that way, as coaches, we're constantly learning new things about nutrition and how to help our customers better. So I'm super excited about that. And I think that was the only thing. We're gonna kick it up, and we're gonna do 2 sneak peeks every month, and do our accountability calls every other week. Hopefully, if we can get everybody on board to kind of take turns hosting those, that way it's not like a big stress on anybody. It can just be something that's fun that we get to do, because we don't ever do that. We don't get to hop on calls with our challengers. We hop on calls with each other, but we have the opportunity to give our clients this same kind of community experience and be able to interact with each other through video and not just through our posts in the group. So I'm really excited about that. We have March is covered because I volunteered to do the first one, and then Becca, I put you down for the second one. So April will be the next time that we need somebody to host if you're wanting to do that. I think that was all. Let's see. We can talk about some other things later, but I will let Jamie take it away.
All right, so you've already introduced me, but in case any of you didn't know, I'm 23, and I signed up with Beachbody in November. So from like November all the way to January 25th, I was pretty much just like discount coach. Like Emily just signed me up, which is something I want to point out too. When you're signing people up, the way she went about it was awesome. It was like, hey, I went ahead and signed you up as a coach because it's free to do that, and you get a discount on all the products. So like nobody's going to say no to being a coach. So don't sign up challengers if you can, that will help build your business, to definitely sign them up as a coach. But first things first, in my opinion, if you're going to be a successful coach, like engage in personal development. Like you've got to get yourself right and doing your workouts and like using the products for you. If you aren't seeing results and picking up momentum in your own life, like you're really not going to be able to help as many people, in my opinion. So like get your relationship with God or whatever, like do your thing, develop yourself. So the topic that I was going to talk about was what really helped me the most, like gain people into my business and the momentum. And that really was just reflecting back on my journey, like what made me initially say, yes, I'm going to sign up. And then what made me initially say, okay, I'm going to start building a business. So understanding what got me to where I'm at right now has probably been like the biggest thing. So do yourself a favor, go back and look at all the steps you've taken throughout this journey that has gotten you here. Using that, because the people that you're going to target are the people that relate to you the most. So like they're going to have similar personalities, they're going to like the things that you like. They're going to see what you're doing and be like, okay, I want that. So like really focus on what would get you to sign up, what would, like I said. And then just sharing my personal journey. So like I said, November to January 25th, I was just discount coach, whatever. And then Emily reached out to me and was like, have you ever, thought about doing the business side of this? And I was obviously thinking about doing the business side of it. I was just scared to post outside the group. But her reaching out and taking action made me want to take action. So like, do that to your other coaches too. Reach out to them. If you have people, especially like discount coaches in your group that are encouraging and getting involved in the group, they're already doing what we do as coaches, like encouraging other people. So just reach out and be like, hey, you're doing awesome. Do you think that you could do this publicly? Or like, would you want to build a business out of that? And then I guess when I started doing that, when I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to build the business, this little baby right here, get it, print it off and use it. It is proven to work. It tells you what to do. Like it takes all the guesswork out of it. It literally, like, you don't even have to know what to do because it tells you what to do. Just do what's on there and it will definitely work for you. So once you start building your business, you really understand that you can't do this alone. Like the more people you involve in, the more successful you're going to be. It takes humans, and you don't want just the humans that are going to sign up that, it helps to have people just sign up to help you get to where you want to go, but like you want those lasting challengers and coaches. You want them to like want to stay in the business. So I really try to focus on after the sale, or however you want to say it, like investing into your people that you sign up. Like stay on top of those people, check in with them, see how they're doing, see if they have questions. You know how it is when you first start. You're scared, you're nervous, you like a baby deer trying to learn how to walk. Like you don't know what's going on. So like be that voice of guidance for them, because it's really going to help out in their journey. And the more confident they are, the better your business is, obviously. So that goes back to investing in yourself as a coach. Not only do you need to do personal development, but I think that you really, really, really need to utilize all the resources that Beachbody gives you. Like get in all the groups that you're involved in. click on the units and the files and like go through, read those things, look at the resource. I mean, they provide stuff that like you won't even have to take the time to type it out and share with it. You just literally copy and paste and send it. And it's some of the greatest information ever, you know. Watch the videos, get your people to watch the videos, tell them about these resources, because I mean, I just went through and started clicking. You're not going to break these websites. So just click on all the things, find out all the things. Educate yourself on the products as well, because you can't present the value of them if you don't know the value of them. And like, I recently just figured out how awesome Shakeology actually is. And if you haven't, research why it's helpful for you beyond the fact that it tastes good and like it's a super healthy meal, blah, blah, blah. Like, get in there and figure out how it helps you on a cellular level. Like, it's amazing what it does. So there's a lot of resources for that. If you haven't checked out like the Shakeology website and kind of like their breakdown of it, I can throw that in the comments somewhere. Like, reach out to me and I'll send it to you, because that's a really good one to go on. And as you're doing the research, so as you're educating yourself, remember your target people are people that relate to you. So what is sticking out to you as you're doing the research? What are you being like, oh man, that's awesome? Those are the things that you need to capitalize on, because the people that are going to be listening and watching you are going to relate to the same thing that you are. Which takes me to the next one, authenticity. Like, if you put on a fake face on your social media to try to build your business, people are going to see right through that. Like, and it's just going to turn them off right in the other direction. So being your most true self is so important. And just people appreciate you being real and vulnerable and messing up in your videos. Like, don't re-record your videos 5 times before you post them. What has helped me a lot is like, I don't even watch them. Record yourself, do the video, and post it. Like, don't go back and watch it and be able to talk yourself out of those things, you know, because people are going to see that. They're going to be like, okay, she rehearsed the shit out of this. So, yeah. Let's see. Be a real person. Okay, when you are reaching out to your people and like you're building your business, whatever, like you're posting on social media, you're in the public, you're super uncomfortable, whatever. When you reach out to these people, I just watched a video that was helping people build their emeralds to go diamond. And something that she pointed out was that you need to approach your business with faith, enthusiasm, and action. So you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in the program and the process. Trust the tracker. Trust your posts. Trust you doing this will bring results. Enthusiasm, people are going to flock to your joy. There's a million people out there working out and eating healthy, but when you're sharing how awesome the effects are on your life and how joyful you are on that, that's what people are going to be like, okay, that's what I want. It's not the workouts, and it's really not the food. It's the like, these people are genuinely freaking happy. Like, they're having a good time in life. That's what I want. So make sure you share that. Enthusiasm is everything. Action, do the things. Like, do all the things that we just talked about. If all you do is hear stuff and don't do it, it's really not going to benefit your business at all. Like, you have to be willing to go in and do the research, click on all the units, the files, read the stuff, watch the videos. Like, action is key, because nothing's going to get done if you don't do it. Like, you're going to be the only one that can do it. So if you really want it, you know you're going to have to work for it. Yeah. And be okay with like taking an hour to do nothing but educate yourself. Like, you don't think that that's building your business because you're not reaching out to people, but like, if you're not confident in these products and able to answer questions when people throw it at you, like, that's when you're really going to be like, oh shit, okay, I wish I would have like educated myself and been able to answer this without being like, oh, let me get back to you on that, and then have to go do the research. Like, have the answers ready because you've prepared yourself and taken action. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've done. Like, that's all the things. I don't know. Like, just reach out and do it, and know that it's going to work. Like, believe in yourself, believe in the process, and it will happen. Definitely.
That was awesome, Jamie.
I just like word vomit. It was like, okay, I wrote all the things down, get through it.
No, it's so good. So good. So can you tell us a little bit about like your posts that you've done and that have like gotten really good, I don't know, response from everyone, and kind of like how you approach inviting people? Because I think that is a huge thing that a lot of people struggle with. It's just like how to talk to people. So if you could talk about that a little bit, that would be awesome.
Yeah, totally. So there again, it goes back to like what kind of posts are grabbing your attention when you're scrolling through, even like your coaches and people in this group. What kind of posts are they making that you're like actually taking the time to read out all that they've posted? You know, like the top headliner, whatever you started out with, that's what's going to grab people's attention. So pay attention to that, and know that by the time you get deeper into it, if people are still reading at that point, they're super interested. So definitely end it with a call to action, you know, like, because if they're reading all the way to the end, they're like interested at that point. So give them something to respond to at the end. Always post with a picture. Don't just like post a paragraph, because that's not going to catch anybody's eye. Like, put a picture of yourself. And then with reaching out, these I've heard in the training videos so often, if you don't have a list, you don't have a business. So go back to your stories, and especially when you're talking in your stories and like it's multiple stories after another and people tend to like just tap through, look at the people who have watched all the way to the end. Go to your last video, and those people that are still there watching, those are the ones that are interested in what you're doing, that want to know more. So write those names down and reach out directly to them, because 9 times out of 10, those people are wanting what you already have. They're either too scared to reach out and ask about it, or they don't have that point of like discipline and excellence in their life. And so they just keep putting it off and forgetting about it until you initiate that action.
Sorry, I was on mute. That's really good. I think that's all really, really good points. And it's just like a getting out of your comfort zone thing, right? Because I know you've done so many things here just in the last week that are way out of your comfort zone. Like Jamie shared her story and everything in our sneak peek. And when I reached out to her and asked her if she wanted to, she was like, I'm kind of scared, but I'm taking that as a yes, that I need to do it then. And I was like,
That's so
yes,
true.
that's exactly right. So it's just putting it out there. And if it scares you, it's doing it anyways. And I kind of talked about this last week on our call with just going towards that fear, and instead of retreating from it, going towards it, because that's what's going to build your confidence and going to make, when you go towards it and overcome that fear and do it anyways, it lowers the fear, your fear, like if you have a bank, I guess it would like lower your level of fear, and it increases your confidence. And every single time you do that, it builds more and more and more. And like, how many Success Club points do you have right now, Jamie?
I think I'm at 14 right now.
14. She just started actively working the business. She made her coming out post January 25th, you guys. And she's basically February is her first month, and she's at Success Club 14, and she is only her 2 emeralds are both halfway to emerald. Like, yeah. She's got all of her active coaches, and her 2 emeralds are halfway there. She's 2 coaches shy of diamond already.
I actually am in the process of signing the my first emerald will be done here in about 30 minutes, so I'll just be lacking that one. Yeah. I'm just I'm super excited. And I know, and like, she's like super into it, so like, she's definitely gonna get it. But like, I know this girl, it's Kayla Beck, that she just started, and she's got it. So it's in the bag.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, so freaking proud of you. That is awesome. So awesome. That makes me so proud. And the reason that I asked Jamie to share today, you guys, is because of how she has taken action in her business and seen success so quickly. And I think sometimes we feel like that's not possible, because it's like, oh, I haven't been doing this for very long, or I don't really know what I'm doing. It doesn't matter if you don't know it all. Like she said, do your research, educate yourself, but at the same time, don't let the fear of not knowing everything holds you back from getting started and jumping in. Because that's huge. Because even if somebody does ask you a question that you don't know the answer to, it's not the end of the world. Text me, text Becca, post in the group, Google it, and find the answer before you respond to them. That's the glorious thing about on Instagram and Facebook. You can mark messages as unread, even though you've already read them. Mark it, like read it. If you don't know how to respond, mark it as unread. That way you don't forget about it. Go find your answer and then come back. So I do this all the time. So if you're on Instagram and say, I don't know if y'all can y'all see this?
Kind of.
So if you're on your messages on Instagram, you would just slide it to the left and it has a button that says unread. And you can also flag it. So if you have people who are like super, super interested and they just keep dragging on, but you don't want to forget about them, then flag them. And then you can filter it at the top to show you all of your unread messages or your flagged messages. And that way, like if I have a list of people who I say, I think these people are going to sign up in February, I will flag them. That way, when I'm trying to follow up, all I have to do is go to my flagged messages and go back and follow up with those people who I know were interested or who reached out to me first. And you can do the exact same thing on Facebook. You just have to like slide it on Facebook. You do the same thing. Just slide it over and there'll be like 3 dots or it'll be like 3 little lines and you click that and you can say mark as unread. So that's really helpful for me because sometimes I read messages and I'm like, okay, I need to like process for a second and come back to it before I respond. And that helps so much because if you read it, then you go like you exit out, then you're going to forget that you didn't respond. So it just kind of helps you keep up with people. But there's some comments. Let me read those. So Mariah said, so Jamie, if you could share those links about Shakeology that you used.
Yeah, definitely.
And the one about getting your emeralds to diamond. Where do you have that link? I want that.
Yeah, it was in the push group, the diamond.
Okay.
The Dynasty group.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure she posted it on YouTube. So if she did that, I will just send that over as well.
That would be awesome. And so, Mariah, you said, where are you finding all the videos to watch people? So in the different groups, if you are in the Dynasty, it's called Dynasty #TogetherTransformed. That's a really awesome group. So many good resources. And you can just go to YouTube and search, like, find top coach names that you can relate to and just put their name in YouTube and they will have so many videos. And also in the Beachbody Champions page on Facebook, it's a group, awesome resources that are posted in there every single day. And then, yeah, and we can help you with your coming out post. I know Emily is getting ready. She's leaving today to go to Disney, but I don't know, Jamie, would you want to share your coming out post that you made?
Yeah, totally. That's what I was about to say. What I did with mine was I went back and took all my sweaty selfies, basically, that I had shared with the challenge group, just put them in a giant post and was like, what up, people? I'm doing this. Like, it's a good time. Like, I don't know. I just was like, it's a good time. I want you to join. I just told them basically what I was doing. I can pull that back up, though, and, like, I'll tag you guys in it.
Yeah, or just screenshot it and post it in the group. That would be good. Yeah. And Becca, I know I can't remember her name, but you had a coach do a coming out post this week that got some freaking amazing response. Say it again.
Kimberly.
I think so.
Yeah, she did.
It was like you shared it to a group or something, and I went to it, and there was like 30 comments of people who were like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Tell me more." And I was like, "Whoa."
I'll post hers in Radiant Empire.
Okay. That would be awesome. Does anybody have any questions for Jamie or just in general?
So, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so just in general, like, I'm good with words. I just And I know, like, Jamie talked about, like, don't bullcrap the pictures, and by no means am I trying to, but I just don't get, like, what's a good type of picture to post. Like, after you've worked out, after, like, when, you know, I tried to get ready last night. I got ready last night, and my Transform 20 stuff had came in. So I was trying to take some cute little, like, interesting little picture with that but I don't know, like, the type of picture that is, like, that reaches out to people.
What pictures that we're posting, what are the ones that you like to look at?
Oh, goodness, I don't know. I
Do
mean,
you like seeing us after we got done working out, or do you like seeing us all prettied up with, like, some, you know, like a big ass bowl of veggies? You know, like, I posted that, or, like, it's whatever. Really go back to, like, what is catching your attention? Like, what do you like to look at?
gosh, I've read all of these for years. So, like, I just read them just because I love to read them. But, okay, I'll have to think about it. I don't know.
Don't overthink it, too. Like, it's not, like, it doesn't have to be the perfect picture. Like, my thing is, like, as long as you've got some good lighting and it doesn't look super dark, you're fine. Like, it can be whatever you want it to be. It can be a sweaty selfie. It can be a picture of your food. It can be literally anything. I have a video that I watched about posts. I think Ashley Molstad did it, and she's the top coach right now. I will find that and try to share it. I'm trying to think of what she called it, but I had it written down, but maybe it's in my other book. I will look for that and I will share it because she gives so many tips about how to do good, like, pictures and stuff, and how to create good content. So I will find that and share it with everybody because I think it'll be helpful for everyone.
And on, like, Kimberly's post, she got a lot of traction, but it's literally, like, it's her with her hair up and a, like, glass full of Energize. And she's just like, I mean, it's not even like Allison said, don't overthink it, because I think really honestly, going back to what Jamie was saying about the headline, like, the first couple words that you say, I think really catches people's attention, and especially anything with Energize, I feel like always catches people's attention because it's a bright yellow drink and people are like, what the hell is that? So that can help.
Yeah. And I feel like we can get, like, paralyzed in that, like, overthinking things, and try not to do that, just because when you're just, like, spur of the moment, snap a picture, post it, like, those are the most authentic you posts and the ones that people are going to relate to so much more than the one that you took 500 selfies to try to get the perfect one, and then you spent 20 minutes editing it, and then you spent another hour trying to write a post. Like, like, those do not work. They just don't. Hi, Emily.
At the airport.
Yeah. Jamie freaking killed it. I'm going to just tell you. Yeah. She was so good. Just wait till you go watch the recording.
I'm so proud. I'm like, how long have you been a coach? What?
I know. It's like a month, and she's, like, hosting calls better than me.
Oh, my God. No, that's another thing, though. Like, guys, plug into, like, follow all of us on, like, outside of the group. Follow our personal social medias. Like, watch the people who are successful in this. That's all I've done. I, like, literally, Allison, Becca, Emily, like, paved the way. Like, I'm not even kidding. I just was like, okay, they're doing this, and they're obviously rocking out, so I'm going to do this.
But that's so perfect, though. Like, it's so simple.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like so many new coaches just get paralyzed in this, like, oh my gosh, there's so much information, like, I don't know what to do. But it's just like, don't. Like, it's so simple. Like you said, follow your tracker. It literally tells you every single thing to do. And if you're completing that tracker, you're going to be successful. You're going to hit Success Club. You're going to sign up coaches. It just works. Like, it works. And there's something, let me go grab my book because I read something this morning and I was like, I have to share this. So 2 more seconds.
Look at the baby, though. Can we just focus on that for a second?
I know.
No, even look at cheek.
Oh, look at that sleepy.
Goodness.
Okay, so I'm reading the 12-week year right now, and if you have not read it, I highly recommend it. But I would not read it by itself because it's such, like, a business goals book, that I would also read something that's more like personal development along with it. So that's what I'm doing. But the chapter that I read this morning is called Confronting the Truth. And it's all about keeping score. So y'all know this has to go along with the tracker, is where I'm going with this. So in all sports and everything that you do in businesses, like, you keep score. Like, you keep up with your numbers. Because that's how you know, like, in basketball, you wouldn't know who the winner was if you didn't keep score. Like, in the top 100 companies in the world, if they didn't keep score, they wouldn't know who was number 1 versus number 100. And basically, he talks about how keeping score is just a way to provide knowledge to help us make better decisions. So going along with our tracker is, so measuring that builds your self-esteem and confidence, and it helps you document your progress and achievements. So when we're using our tracker, wherever mine is over here, like, this is like a log of our action and what we're doing in our business. And it's just like how we have this little tracker book for Transform 20. We put our food in there and what we ate and what workouts we did. That way, if we're not seeing the results that we want, we can go back to this. We're keeping score with this, and we can go back and see, okay, what have I been doing and it's not working? So obviously I need to change something. So he talked about how important it is to keep score, do your tracker and fill it out, because then if you're not seeing the results that you want, how do you know what you're supposed to change if you haven't been keeping track? So we've been using this tracker for a few weeks now, about a month or so. And if you are not seeing the results that you want in your business, if you haven't hit Success Club yet, if you've been pushing for a new rank and you're not there yet, go back and look. I hope you haven't thrown these away. I hope you're keeping them. But go back and look at your trackers from the last 4 weeks and see what you've been doing and what you haven't been doing. And that will be an indicator for you of what you need to change. So maybe you're crushing it. Maybe every single day you're marking off all of the stuff for your stories. Like, you're so good at doing stories, but you're leaving your follow-up and invite boxes unchecked every day. That is a huge indicator of why you're not reaching the goals that you want. Or maybe you're not working out every day, or you're not drinking your shake every day. That's a huge indicator for why you're not seeing the physical results that you want. And the last thing that he says in this chapter, I'm going to try to find the best little quote to give you guys. And this was so good. So he says a lot of people mess up because they're not seeing the results they want, so they think it's because their plan is wrong. So they change their plan. But really, their plan is good. They're just not taking enough action. So if they would just go back and take enough action, their plan would actually work. So it says, we have found that if you successfully complete 85% of the activities in your weekly plan, then you will most likely achieve your objectives. So it's not even about being perfect. Like, yeah, my goal has been to check off every single box on this tracker. But studies show that if you just check off 85%, you're going to reach your goals. And then the last thing is, even with a weekly score of 65 to 70%, you will do well if you stay in the game. You won't accomplish what you're capable of, but you will do well. It's important to remember that the process is not about being perfect, but rather about getting better and better. Measurement drives the process. Effective scorekeeping is essential if you want to execute well and perform at your best. Take time to establish a set of key measures that include lead and lag indicators, but most importantly, be sure to score your execution. Have the courage to measure your performance. And I know so many people I feel like we're not checking our trackers off because we're scared that we're not, like, living up to the hype, or, like, we're scared. It's scary to, like, have to face it and say, like, okay, I'm not reaching my goals because I'm not doing what I know I should do. Like, that is hard to, like, admit or realize, but it's so freaking important. And like Jamie talked about, if you do your tracker, it works. Like, it just does, and it's so simple. And like I mentioned, the Beachbody Champions page, if there's something on this tracker that you are unsure of, or you don't really know what it means, or you don't know the best way to actually put it into action, go to the Beachbody Champions page, go to the units. There is training videos on every single activity on this tracker on that page to show you how to do it in the best way. So I was reading that this morning because I'm getting ready to put together a schedule for like our next 12-week year. So I'm going to do it actually like March through June. That way it can be like a second quarter schedule. And just that way we know all of our important dates about qualifications and groups and all of that stuff. But this book is freaking amazing. It's so good. And he breaks it down. And what I loved about it, it was like, as I was reading that chapter, it was talking about, so you don't have a whole year anymore. You have 12 weeks. And that is what you focus on. And then you break those. So when you only have 12 weeks, each week is so important. And then it's your actions that you're taking every single day, every week, that get you there. And it was like when he was talking about your weekly plan, because you break it down from your 12-week plan to your weekly plan. And when he was talking about that, I was like, our weekly plan is right here. Like, we don't even have to come up with it ourselves. Like, we have it. And I freaking love it. Like, I love this tracker. I could go on forever. I'm such like type A, whatever, nerd, but I love it.
It's like you don't have to know. Like, I love the tracker because, like, the whole fear and thing of being a new coach and like, well, I don't really know how to do it. Well, you don't have to know because it tells you. Like, it literally just tells you exactly what to do. You don't have to know anything. You can read. I know you can do that. So just read and do it.
Oh, that's so good. That's funny. All right. Does anybody have any other questions or want to chat about anything else? Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry, you guys. I gotta eat something before I have to leave.
I'm about to make the shake.
I sort of have a question.
Yeah.
So, the Energize, like I have tried like over the last few, like probably 3 years. I don't really like to drink caffeine. I don't know why, but I know that I probably at times I'm going to need the Energize. And like, what's your takes on that if you don't want to drink? Like, if you weren't caffeine, like, do you just drink it when you feel like you may need it, or would you just suggest drinking it like when you wake up to do your workouts?
I mean, it's not something that you like. My thing is, like, you don't have to use all the products every day. Like, Shakeology every day, yes. But, like, the performance supplements, in my opinion, like, I use the majority of them every day, but, like, I don't use Recover every day because it makes me feel super bloated and, like, just super full for some reason. So I only use Recover on days where I have, like, a super, super intense workout, or if I'm, like, doing double days or something. And that didn't used to be the case. I used to be able to drink Recover every day, no problem, but I just can't do it anymore. So if caffeine is something that you just don't drink a lot of and you don't need it every day, then you don't have to drink it every day. But if you do want to use it, like, you can use it for your workout. Heck, I drank it at like 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon because I get up at 4 a.m. every day, and by the time Friday afternoon gets around, I'm like dragging. So I drink it then. So it doesn't have to be like a just before your workout thing. You can drink it whenever you want.
Okay. You don't have to drink it at all if you don't want to.
I never tried it. It just looks so good, but like I don't want my body to become addicted to caffeine to where if I don't have it, like kind of.
No, it's all natural.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say too.
Yeah,
so like it's not gonna be like when you quit drinking coffee, like you're gonna have that. I've had those before, and I can't stand it, so I just completely got rid of never drinking, like unless I go sit down at like a really nice place that has some good coffee, which is random.
Yeah. No, I don't feel like I have to have it with Energize. I think it's just basically it's just a habit with my workouts. Like, I feel like I'm so much better in my workouts with it But I know what you're talking about, how like with coffee, if you drink it every day and then you cut it out, you're like, feel like you're dying. I've never felt like that when I don't have Energize.
That was I guess I should have went more to the point with that. That was my like main worry, because like I have to, I mean, it took a long, I mean, Jamie would know, I used to drink Cokes all the time in high school. And when I moved to Tuscaloosa, I was just like, nope, no more. Like, I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to go buy one. And it was tough. But the coffee was sort of the same thing. And it was easier for me to kick once I got older. But I just didn't want to have to like not have it and be like at the school with my hellion 11th and 12th graders and then be like, oh my God, why did I not drink my Energize?
Yeah, no, it's like way more of an all natural, like it's not the synthetic caffeine that you get from the sodas and like it's a natural boost of energy.
Yeah, and we learned about, hang on a minute, we learned about the ingredients while I was in LA, and I wanted to tell y'all about it because there is an ingredient in there that keeps you from like having that issue. If I can find my notes. So there's 3 ingredients in Energize. Beta-alanine is the first one. So that helps to buffer acid buildup and prolong your workout. So that is what helps you like be able to push for longer periods of time. There's caffeine, which helps improve focus and delays muscle fatigue. And then the third ingredient is quercetin. And that's what gives Energize like the yellow color, is the quercetin, however you say that. And if you got fruit punch has a yellow powder part to it. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so the quercetin is plant-based, it's antioxidants, and it has that bright yellow color. And that, I think, is what gives, I didn't write that down, but I'm pretty sure I remember this correctly, but the quercetin is what keeps you from having that, like, crash. Because it's, like, all natural, and it's not like I gotta have it, got, like an addictive thing. Like, I feel like coffee is or can be. I don't know. That makes sense at all.
I guess.
But what was really cool, if y'all want to know some like nerdy science stuff about the products, so every single ingredient that is in every product goes through almost, for Shakeology at least, this is the number, 1,700 tests before it goes into a bag. From start to finish. Like, they go through this whole process. Like, every single supplier for every single ingredient is constantly being monitored and tested and quality checked. And if they ever fail, then they're out and they find a new supplier, because that is how much they believe in the quality of the ingredients. And when they find a supplier from wherever across the globe, if more than half of them never even make it through the first round of testing. Like, that Beachbody literally sends people over there to the places where they process it and does like quality check. They spend like 2 weeks there going through everything, and more than half of them never even make it through that phase. And there's 300 samples from every batch of Shakeology that gets microbiological purity and sensory tested. So basically every single bag of Shakeology, every batch that they make, a portion of it is tested to make sure that it meets all of the standards, which I think is freaking awesome. And they do that with every ingredient that goes into every product. And like they said, did you all even notice that for a while the Focused Energy Boost was sold out? It was out of stock. And it was because one of the suppliers of the ingredients failed the test and they couldn't find another one to replace them yet. And they were like, the reason they said we could have found another supplier quickly and made some and got it back, but we didn't want to do that. We wanted to go through all of our testing to find a new supplier that met our standards. And so that's why it was out of stock for so long. And I was like, that's like really cool to know that they're constantly, and just because whoever supplies the probiotic for Shakeology today, just because they're our supplier today, doesn't mean they're still going to be our supplier in 2 months, because they're constantly being tested. So that's why our stuff is so good. And also there's going to be a new website it'll be beachbodyscience.com. And that's where you can see like all the sciencey backstory, like the clinical trials and everything that they've done, like with all the performance supplements and everything. So that was really cool.
That's awesome. I like stuff like that too, Allison.
Yeah. Really, really cool. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm going to have to hop off here and get ready. But awesome call today, Jamie. So proud of you for doing that. And I just want to give a shout out to everybody who shared in our sneak peek this week. Jamie, Dana, Katie, Emily shared, I shared. Like that, if you all have not gone back and listened to their videos and listened to their stories, like you're missing out. Like I got cold chills and like teary-eyed through everyone's story because it's just so awesome. And just I got to know people on such a deeper level. And because it's like we work with each other every single day, but sometimes we don't actually know each other's whole story. And that's the thing. Like if you have never put your story out there, and that's not to say that you have to tell people everything. Like if there's parts of your story that you're just not ready to share, that's one thing. But like share your story, because that is how people relate to you. That is how you are going to help people who were just like you before you started, is by sharing your story. And don't ever feel like you share your story too much or that people are going to get tired of it, because the people who need to hear it probably aren't seeing it yet. Like the way that social media works, like you can share the same exact story every day and different people are going to see it every day. So,
and you get new followers.
Very true. Very, very true. Alrighty, guys. Well, I will talk to y'all soon. Oh, we gotta take a picture. Hang on. Let me put it on gallery. There we go. Oh, I wish I'd have thought to do this while everybody was on. I missed a couple people. Oh well. I got sticky notes all over my computer. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay. All right. Talk to you guys soon.
Bye.